What does the cheapest stateroom on a Viking River Cruise really get you? In this video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know before booking the lowest priced room on a Viking Longship. We'll cover what actually included, real travelers' feedback, frequently asked questions, and my honest opinion. Hi friends, I'm Oksana with Signature Travel Channel. If you love travel tips, river cruise reviews, and honest insights about what's really like on board these floating hotels, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I filmed this video on board the Viking Rinda. All Viking Longships are designed the same, so this review will give you an accurate look at what you can expect in a standard stateroom across the board. So let's get into. You've seen Viking's advertising, starting prices as low as 1,999 per person. But what does it really include? Let's start with the ship design. Viking's longships are built with the same layout. They are about 443 feet long and have 4 decks: the sun deck, outdoor seating, walking track, herb garden. The upper deck and middle deck are where you find the most of the French balcony cabins, veranda cabins, and suites, as well as the lounge, library, and restaurant. And finally, the main deck, the lowest level where all standard staterooms are located. See those small rectangular windows near the waterline? That's where the standard cabins are, and they are the cheapest staterooms on Viking longships. There are only 25 standard staterooms per ship in category E and F. They are exactly the same inside, the only difference is location. Category E is midship, category F is further aft closer to the engine. All right, here we go. The door opens, and okay, my first unfiltered thought is that it's compact, it's clean, modern, and unmistakably Viking with its light wood and Scandinavian design, but there's no denying it's snug. Officially, it's 150 square feet. What's interesting is that technically larger than the next category up, the French balcony, which is only 135 square feet. But that number can be deceiving. The room is long and narrow. You walk in, the bathroom is immediately on one side and the closet on the other. Take 2 more steps and you're at the foot of the bed. What's surprising is that it doesn't feel dark thanks to decor and good lighting, but there's no mistaking the space is designed for things like sleeping and showering. Everything has a place because it absolutely has to. The main event is here, of course, the bed. It's a queen-size Viking Explorer bed which you can have split into two twins if you're traveling with a friend. In the queen setup, it takes most of the room's width. The linens are fantastic, the pillows are comfy, and honestly, it's a great night's sleep. On each side of the bed, there is a small nightstand with a lamp and reading light. Each side has an outlet. Okay, the biggest worry in a small cabin: where does all your stuff go? First, the main closet. It's a roomy wardrobe with plenty of hangers and a safe inside. Next to the desk, you've got several deep drawers, but the real hero of the storage situation is the space under the bed. It's completely open and high enough to slide fully packed suitcase right under, completely out of your sight. This is an absolute game changer. Let's talk about the bathroom. It's genuinely impressive. It has a sliding pocket door to save space. Inside, the vanity is small but has some shelves below. The shower has a proper glass door, a huge plus, and a great water pressure. But the feature that makes you spoiled, even in the cheapest room, is the heated floor. It sounds like a gimmick, but stepping onto a warm floor on a cool European morning is a little touch of luxury that makes a huge difference. It feels premium. You also get the same fancy Freya toiletries that the guests in the most expensive suites get. Viking definitely didn't skim on the bathroom. And now for the single best compromise you make with this cabin, the window. It's a half-height picture window right at the top of the wall. Because you're in the lowest passenger deck, the water line is just a few inches below it. This is why people call it a swan room. Your eye-level view is the surface of the water. And yes, you literally see swans and ducks paddle by. Let's be real, this is not a window for gazing at castles from your bed. You can't see much unless you're standing right up against it. When you're docked, your view can be a concrete wall or more often another ship rafted right alongside you. But it does let in plenty of natural light, which keeps the room from feeling like a cave. It serves a purpose, but you absolutely have to manage your expectation about the view. The second you walk out this door, you're the exact same guest as the guest who paid double or triple for a suite. You eat in the same beautiful dining room from the same menu with the same free-flowing wine and beer. You relax on the same stunning aquavit terrace at the front of the ship. You listen to the same pianist in the same lounge. You use the same 24-hour coffee machine. And most importantly, you go on the exact same included shore excursions in every port. The core of what you're paying for, destination, food, and service, is identical for everyone. The standard stateroom on the Viking Longship is 150 square feet, as I mentioned before, which is slightly smaller than what you'll find on many competitor ships. For example, Ama Waterways, Scenic, Emerald, and Avalon offer standard rooms that range from 160 to 172 square feet. Here are some of the most frequently asked questions I hear from travelers. Which side of the ship is better? Both are great. On the river cruises, the scenery shifts constantly and docking varies, so there is no better side. Can I upgrade later? Sometimes, but not always. These cruises sell out, so it's best to choose your ideal cabin up front. Is there an elevator to the main deck? No, the deck requires stairs, important for anyone with mobility concerns. Is there enough storage? Absolutely. Closet, drawers, underbed space, it's all there. Is it noisy? Standard cabins are generally with minimal noise issues reported by most passengers. Now, here's a big question I get all the time. What's the actual price difference between a standard stateroom and upgrading to a French balcony or veranda? For example, on a Danube River cruise in November, a French balcony room might only cost around 400 more per person compared to a standard stateroom. That's a relatively small jump for extra light and fresh air. But on the same itinerary in July, peak season, the price difference could be 1,200 to 1,500 more per person, and if you're eyeing for a veranda stateroom, it could run into 1,600 to 2,500 more per person depending on the sailing. So yes, timing matters, and so does how much value you place on having a balcony or more space. What do other travelers think? Most people prefer rooms with windows that open and more spacious layouts, but many guests tell me they don't spend much time in their rooms anyway and find the standard rooms perfectly adequate. Before I give you my take, let's look at what real Viking cruisers are saying about their experience in standard versus veranda rooms. Pro balcony guests say, "Where's the extra? I loved sitting outside watching views when the lounge was crowded. Just came back from a Viking cruise, upgrade to a veranda balcony. We love the veranda suites. It's extra money for sure, but sitting outside, having coffee early in the morning or after a drink at night is so nice." And hear what standard room fans say. "Just got home from B to A. We did the standard room, no balcony. We were never in the room except to sleep. The cost saving lets us extend the trip and cover most excursions. Our standard room was fine, a little bigger than the veranda rooms and had plenty of space for us. Bed was very comfortable. We were only in the room to sleep and shower. We felt that we only used our room to sleep and shower, and it was more than adequate. I'd rather spend the money on excursions or another trip personally." So, as you see, both sides have valid points. It really comes down to your travel style and priorities. All right, here's my honest opinion. While the arguments for standard rooms are valid, I truly believe that a river cruise is a big investment. To get the full first river cruise experience, I think you need a French balcony or veranda room. I think it would be really disappointing if you book a standard room for your first river cruise and end up regretting it. There's only one chance to have that first river cruise experience, and you can get it back. But if you're budget conscious, don't mind being out and about all day, you've cruised before, the standard stateroom is a great value. You still get all the Viking quality service, food, and experience, just with simpler accommodations. So it's a personal decision. There is no wrong answer, only what's right for your style. Now it's your turn. Would you book a standard stateroom on Viking, or is the balcony a must for you? Drop your answer in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe. Travel the signature way. God bless you, and see you in the next video.